What if I told you that the most powerful boardroom is not in your office? It's in your body. Your nervous system is your real boardroom. Your nervous system is making all of the decisions. And if you are in hypervigilance, overfunctioning, overmanaging, all of the overs, you know what's leading? Stress. Stress is leading the show, girl, not you. And I want you to think about this differently. Burnout is so expensive. You have honey in your bones, girl. My book. And I don't want you to be feeling exhausted like you've lost your juicy erotic life force that helps you to make decisions that is running so powerfully inside of you. So let's get going. Here's what high capacity women often miss. I'm a high capacity woman, and here's what I used to miss and used to think that if I have a productivity problem, and that what was happening was if I had a productivity problem, then I thought, okay, this is what's going on. So we think we have a productivity problem, or we think we need better strategies, better delegation, better time management. And sometimes we need to pay attention to what's happening based on those things. And why I say sometimes, because sometimes you are on point, but you're not on point when you are burning out. And that burnout is the issue. So often, what's happening is a regulation problem. It is a regulation problem that you don't know that you've stepped away from your truth. And if your nervous system is dysregulated, you will make expensive decisions from survival while calling it leadership. And when you're in survival calling it leadership, you do things like, for instance, when you care about someone, you care about your family, you care about your job, you care about. But what we find when we are capable and we are high capacity, we start to carry. So we get carrying, and I care for this person confused. And when those are confused, it shows up as over carrying, taking over, being over responsible. You can be responsible without being over responsible. So you ask me, Eva, what does it mean when I can be responsible and not over responsible? Well, it's pretty simple. You have to land in your body. And a lot of times we are stuck thinking from our head. And granted, we have these high positions and we're showing up in a way that we need to be on. But what is your internal architecture? When a woman doesn't know her internal architecture and how it should be when she is starting her day, when she's going into the workforce, when she's being with her significant other, when she's being in the community, you start to ask yourself, why does everyone look towards me for everything? Why does everyone want me to do the thing? Or why do I not let anyone do it? Because I think I do it the best. When we are not in enough pleasure, meaning where the nervous system is expanding the boardroom, we're not expanding in the internal boardroom, we're in this constant energy of forcing fight, flight, or freeze, and that is survival. Here, we are in the luxury of doing less, but you can't do less if you are dysregulated. So, how do you know you're dysregulated? You get your food, you don't even taste it. Your partner is not doing what you think the person should be doing, and you're pulling them across the bridge. You're like, okay, I know how to do this, so I'm going to help them across. But what's happening all this time is you're leaking energy. You're leaking the beautiful life forces inside for you. I had to learn that the hard way. And I was excusing the exhaustion for saying that's just how I am, but it wasn't that. It was that my internal architecture was set to max on overfunctioning, of being over responsible, of being the one who can get shit done, the being the capable one. So what do you have your internal architecture set to? Are you set to safety? Are you set to pleasure? Are you set to being in your power as a woman? And being in your power, this is how you know you're truly in your power. Your power should not cost you ever. It should not cost you with self-abandonment. It should not cost you by betraying yourself. It does not cost you by being in self-violence. And what I mean by that is where you know you should be resting, but you can't turn it off. You can't turn off that doing energy. And the expense is huge. It shows up as resentment. There's no juiciness left because you don't have any space for it, because you can't allow anything new coming in. It shows up as you're thinking, is it just me? Like, why do I feel like I'm the only one who gets the thing? I used to be that way too, because I thought that because I'm highly capable and the capacity in me is enormous, but the exhaustion was catching up with me. Every woman, every high capacity woman, CEO, executive, C-suite leader, every mother, every woman who is capable of holding so much will pay a bill. Girl, the bill will come due for burnout. The bill will come due for the body not feeling well. The bill will come due for your thinking, wow, my relationship is not working because there's no polarity. When a woman is constantly pulling the other person across the bridge, the polarity, it just leaves. And now you have, now you're roommates. You have a date with a roommate. A woman stays in her body. She doesn't lean forward. She lands in. And when you have to move forward, you're so solid in your own self. So leaning in is not this way of you abandoning yourself. We abandon ourselves so many times to get the position, to get the raise, to get the partner, whatever it is, that is not power. That is us over committing, over showing up. And then we're wondering why we're tired. When you're in your power, your face softens, your body softens, your voice softens because you are connected and coherent. And you know what is beautiful and sexy is when a woman is soft enough that her boardroom, the meeting internally, is not internal war. Burnout is expensive. Ladies, I created a house where women don't have to abandon themselves, a house where a woman can stop performing, stop forcing. It's almost as if in this house we are allergic to a woman leaving her body, to a woman saying yes when she really means no. When you learn to be in non-interference, you get to see what sometimes we women are too strong and too future forward and moving forward and plunging forward that we miss the signals that our guts are trying to tell us. When a woman is connected, and this is what we do at the house, we bring you back home to yourself. And we reveal, we refine, and we reign based on our soul's blueprint. The house is a beautiful opportunity. It's time for a woman being in her power, where power does not cost her herself. Women are too beautiful. Someone told me one time women are just like heaven. And I said, that's true. That's so true. It is time for women to purr again, to get out of this energy that the old paradigm has given us that has masculinized our ways of being, where we're leaving our body. Lead, but lead from coherence. Lead from knowing I hear my gut and I know what I should be doing, not I hear my head and I totally ignore my gut. Everything is coherent. A woman should be reigning in her own power. Not my power, your power. I know what I'm here for. I know how to be in my body. Ladies, burnout is too expensive. It's too expensive. It's costing women too much. Meet me at the house. I welcome you there. It's time to change. I'm Eva Simone, and honey in her bones. Let's soak in that honey, girl. Okay? I'll see you at the house.